Hi everyone, I'm Bryton. Today we are celebrating Alice in Wonderland by making Unbirthday cake cupcakes. Alice in Wonderland turns 150 years this year. Now there's actually a specific date that it was published, November 26th. Not only that, a second Alice in Wonderland movie is coming out next year, so we have lots to celebrate. And for that very reason, I'm collaborating with Megan Makes Cupcakes, which is another YouTube channel. You have to go check her out. She's doing Alice in Wonderland cupcakes as well as part of this. So I'm gonna pop the link down below. Make sure you go check her out and say hi. So to make this recipe, this is a two-part sort of thing. We're making tea-infused cupcakes, and then for decorating, we're making them obviously unbirthday cake cupcakes, so that way they're smaller and they're easier to decorate. Now for the tea-infused bit, normally people infuse tea in the milk. I heard that you should actually infuse it with the butter to really get that nice tea flavor in. So in terms of ingredients, we're taking 1 cup of white sugar, 2.5 cups of self-raising flour, half a cup of milk, 200 grams of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla, 3 eggs. You've got loose leaf tea. I'm using Earl Grey because it's one of my favorite flavors. You're also going to need some frosting. You can obviously make this from scratch, but time-wise, sometimes it's the best way to go. I've also got fondant, and I've got it in pink and yellow because these are the unbirthday cake colors. Now for the cupcake pan, I've gotten mine such an IKEA one. So to start, we're gonna prep our cupcake pan by spraying it with cooking spray. Then on the stove, we're going to take our 200 grams of butter, pop that into, well, you can use a saucepan or you can use a frying pan, and then pour in about half a cup of the loose leaf tea. You're gonna let that cook for 5 minutes once that's all melted, and then you're gonna let it sit for another 5 minutes. Strain that and give the tea a really good press just to make sure that all the butter has come through. So in your mixer, add in your butter, your sugar, and your vanilla, and give that a really good mix. Then add in your eggs, then your flour, then your milk. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Once that's all mixed together, scoop it into your cupcake pan and pop that into the oven to cook for 10 to 15 minutes. You'll know because the skewer will come out clean from the center and it should be golden brown. Now once that's all baked, you're going to want to let that set aside and cool. Then we're going to take our frosting and smooth that all over the cupcakes and just make sure it's really nice and smooth so you've got a nice clean surface. You're going to set that aside just to let it firm. Then you're going to roll out your pink fondant and cut out circles and let that drape on your cupcake and just press that into place. Because we're being inspired by the Disney Unbirthday cake, we're going to take some of the yellow fondant and just roll out these little candle shapes that you're going to pop on top. And then with the rest of your frosting and any other decorating you want to do, finish off the decorating, piping mini details onto that. Then once that's all done, we are ready to celebrate Alice in Wonderland's 150th birthday.